But Channing Frye made an interesting comment. Channing Frye is a former NBA player. I think he played at Arizona. Channing's probably in his early 40s, mid 40s at this point. But he made a point about like, hey, man, there's so much nostalgia going on right now as it relates to Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson and Larry Bird that it's distorting the perception of LeBron James. And I think there's some truth here. We've covered up all of Kobe's flaws. We've covered up whatever handful of small amount of flaws Michael Jordan has in order for us to take a dump on LeBron James. I want to play Channing Frye here to start us off. Then we'll bring Skapinac into the conversation, and then I'll continue my defense of LeBron James. Let's play Channing Frye.
Nostalgia is killing the NBA. The 90s basketball, Michael Jordan and Kobe, was not as clean as y'all think it was. Y'all forget that Jordan left the league for 2 years. Y'all forget that Kobe, rest in peace, quit on his team in the playoffs and did not shoot the basketball. So all this Kobe, Jordan, oh, he's not this, he's not that. That is propaganda. Every great player, whether that's Ant, Wemby, Bron, Steph, this, that. They compare him to 40 years ago. The rules weren't even the same. You're not really watching help side defense. Who's doing this? What is this rule? What is that rule? You're not watching. Nobody celebrates these new people. So why the would anybody want to be the face of this league where you're going to get shitted on every network for not being somebody from 40 years ago? It's ridiculous. It is unfair. Bron is one of the greatest players ever to play. Stephen Curry is one of the greatest players ever to play. Giannis is one of the great. Jokic. And you know what we do? We talk about Michael Jordan. All this superstar era shit is over. The hard cap called a second apron, it's over. Teams are going to take over.
So that's Channing Frye reminding us of something very important. 2006, I believe the Lakers were playing the Phoenix Suns. I believe it was Game 7. Kobe Bryant threw a tantrum and quit shooting the ball. He was so frustrated. This Game 7, Phoenix Suns, I think it's first round of the playoffs. He quit shooting. He basically threw the game. If LeBron James had done it, LeBron James is getting shredded for skipping the All-Star game. And it was bad. And it speaks to his lack of competitive fire. But LeBron James played horrible against the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals and froze up and had anxiety issues. But I never saw LeBron James quit. And I remember when Kobe quit in that playoff series, and I remember ripping Kobe. And I know if LeBron James had ever done it, no one would be selling or no one would be defending LeBron James if he had done what Kobe did in Game 7 in 2006 against the Phoenix Suns. He's like a Michelangelo painting. Once Michelangelo died, all the paintings went up in value, and that's what happens with these artists. That's what's happened with Kobe Bryant, is all this worship of Kobe because he's dead. Is Kobe one of the 10 greatest players of all time? Arguably, yes, he is. Is he now number 2 behind Michael Jordan? No, he's not. No, he's not. There are some stains on Kobe's record, including the rape allegation. That's a stain on Kobe because that changed Kobe. Kobe was no tats and all that and no real attitude. And I know, you can get ripped and shredded and all these Kobe groupies because he's dead, and we live in this era of worshiping the dead. We live in this era, and people get all emotional. Rashad McCants basically fell out with me because I said something critical about Kobe Bryant. And so whatever cult-like thing they got going on in basketball and this worship of the dead, it affected Rashad McCants to the point he got all upset with me because I had some mild criticism of Kobe Bryant. And I'm telling you, this is spiritual and demonic, this whole worshiping of the dead. It's like that rapper Nipsey Hussle that no one had ever heard of, or he didn't have some big national brand. He gets shot and killed, and the next thing you know, he's Tupac. And oh man, everybody, Nipsey Hussle was the second, third greatest rapper of all. No, he wasn't. Last time I checked, Nipsey Hussle wasn't in anybody's top 50. TJ Moe has no idea what I just said there, but one of Nipsey Hussle's most popular songs was Last Time I Checked. Last time I checked, he wasn't one of the top 50 rappers of all time. Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, so why not start stacking some today? The Fold app gives you Bitcoin rewards when you buy gift cards. At Amazon, Uber, DoorDash, and Home Depot, over 50 national merchants. Go to foldapp.com/Whitlock right now. New users get a Bitcoin bonus with their first gift card purchase. Start earning Bitcoin rewards today. Fold app. Anyway, Jay Skapinac, I wanted to bring you on first because I know you hate LeBron James. You're the Skap Attack on LeBron James. I think we're going too far, Skap, trying to rate Kobe ahead of LeBron James. We have amnesia. All of Kobe's sins have been washed away. Him quitting and the tantrum he threw. And he had decent players on that team. He had Lamar Odom. Andrew Bynum was just a rookie. Jim Jackson, my good friend, I love to death, was on that team. Seemed like there was Luke Walton was on that team. He didn't have a great team, but he quit. And I remember it well. And if LeBron James had done that in a Game 7, he would still be getting lit up about it. But we all pretend like it never happened with Kobe. I'm just sorry, Skap. LeBron James, a better NBA player than Kobe Bryant. Agree or disagree?
I unequivocally disagree, Jason. And, it's great to see you, Jay. I wish it was under better circumstances because I am going to unequivocally disagree with your premise here. I couldn't more emphatically disagree with you. In fact, this is probably my biggest topic. People think of me as anti-LeBron, but my anti-LeBron sentiment stems from the fact that, as you can see over my shoulder here, Kobe Bryant, it stems from the fact that I grew up, I came of age watching the NBA, falling in love with the NBA during the kind of the late 90s, Michael Jordan's final three-peat run, which segued into Kobe coming into the league, taking over, in my opinion, in the league of Michael Jordan. And then the battle for power between he and LeBron. So I had a really up close and personal, perspective on this battle between Kobe and LeBron. And look, while we're talking Suns Game 7, let me help you out, Jason. Let me help you out because Kobe Bryant has more than just that. I would argue that Suns game wasn't even Kobe's biggest flaw. So before I get to the defense of Kobe Bryant, let me just go ahead and admit that there are absolutely flaws and critiques that could be made about Kobe Bryant's career. You point out the Game 7. Fair. Even though, Jason, you say that he had a good team, he had not one single player on that team that ever made a single All-Star or All-NBA selection ever. Not just for that season, Jason. I'm not talking about 2006. Look at his roster, which had Smush Parker as the starting point guard on that team, Kwame Brown as the starting five, either him or Chris Mim. Look at that whole roster breakdown. No one on that team ever in their entire careers made a single All-Star game ever or was voted or selected to an All-NBA team. He was the 7th or 8th seeded team that year that they played the 2006 Suns with MVP Steve Nash. That was in a Game 7 where they were down 32-15 at the end of the first quarter. They were down 60-45 at the end of the first half, and it was 90-65 in the third quarter. So, okay, you got me. Like, Kobe was shooting a lot in the first. In fact, Kobe led both teams in that game in field goal attempts. But still, people, yes, will criticize he stopped shooting in the second half. Okay, with him shooting in the first half, Jason, and scoring 23 points in the first half, his team was down 60-45. They were down then 25 at the end of 3. So if you want to criticize him for vanishing as a 7 or 8 seed with no All-Stars ever, playing the MVP of the league in a game in which he was down by 15 and 20 quickly in the second half, if you want to say he vanished in the fourth quarter, fair. But let me tell you this, a bigger criticism of him would be losing the 2004 NBA Finals to the Detroit Pistons with Shaquille O'Neal as a teammate. And to me, the biggest stain on Kobe's career, and we're talking from an on-court perspective. If you want to get into off-court perspectives and things with Eagle County, Colorado, fine. But I'm keeping this to an on-court perspective. To me, the biggest criticism we can make, his biggest blemish, if you will, 2007-2008 finals run, he's playing the Boston Celtics. Many would say maybe outmatched. The Celtics had home court. They had 67 wins. They're one of the best defensive teams from 2000 to present this century. However, that was a 2-1 series. The Lakers were up 21 points in the third quarter of Game 4 to equalize that series and make it 2-2. And Kobe blew that 21-point lead in the third quarter in Game 4 at home. They go on and get absolutely eviscerated in that series. They lose 4-2. Kobe loses by 37 in Game 6 in the elimination. That was Kobe's, to me, biggest blemish.
Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.